In a forgotten village, young Shankar saw beauty where others saw only dust and struggle. The village with its cracked earth and faded homes seemed to many like a place where dreams went to die. But for Shankar, every corner held a secret, every shadow a story waiting to be discovered. While his family toiled in the fields, Shankar's imagination soared. He saw art in sunlight, patterns in mud, and treasures in pebbles. Even as sweat dripped from his brow, his mind wandered to worlds beyond the horizon where colors danced and ordinary things became magical.
Sometimes, I feel like I'm the only one who sees these things. The way light hits the river, or how a pebble can look like a gem. When I'm alone by the water, it feels like the world is whispering secrets just to me, and I want to hold on to them forever.
His family, focused on survival, couldn't understand his fascination with beauty. Their days were filled with hard work and worry, leaving little room for wonder or dreams.
These are pretty, my son, but they will not fill our stomachs. Focus on your work. Life is not about pretty things, it is about getting by.
Shankar learned to hide his dreams, but the spark within him never faded. He kept his treasures secret, tucking them away like precious memories, hoping that one day someone would understand.
I collect shiny pebbles and bits of colored glass, arranging them into necklaces only I value. Each piece tells a story, and when I hold them, I feel like I'm holding a piece of my own secret world.
In a world where dreams seemed impractical, Shankar's heart quietly rebelled. He clung to hope, even when it felt impossible. Shankar quietly nurtured his passion, waiting for a chance to let it shine. He believed that someday his love for beauty would find a place in the world. He followed his father to the fields, but his heart belonged elsewhere. Each step he took was a step closer to his dreams, even if no one else could see it. The unseen spark within him waited for its moment, quietly glowing, ready to ignite when the world was finally ready to notice. As Shankar grew, so did his determination to create beauty. With no money or teacher, he borrowed rusty tools from the village blacksmith and set up a tiny workspace in his hut.
My hands were clumsy at first. I burned my fingers, broke metal, but every small victory kept me going.
Villagers mocked him, calling him a dreamer, but Shankar pressed on, shaping metal and his own destiny. His family worried, unable to see the vision that drove him.
I'm not just bending metal, I'm shaping my future.
Alone with his tools and hope, Shankar worked late into the night, learning through failure. The road was lonely, but his heart insisted he continue. He knew he had to keep going, one small step at a time. The fire in his heart refused to die. One quiet evening, Shankar's father stood in the doorway, watching his son struggle at his workbench. The dim light flickered across the room, casting long shadows as concern deepened on his face. He saw the determination in Shankar's movements, but also the exhaustion.
Shankar, your hands are blistered. You work so hard, but at what cost? Why waste your youth on this hobby, when there is real work to be done? We are farmers. This is not our world. The land is what feeds us, not these scraps of metal.
Father, I respect our life and the work you do. But my heart is here, in this workshop, with these tools. When I work with metal, I feel alive. Every spark, every sound, it gives me purpose. This is who I am, even if it's hard for you to understand.
Dreams don't fill the stomach, son. Passion alone cannot put food on the table. We need you in the fields, where your hands can help the family survive. Please, think of your family. We depend on you, Shankar.
The words stung deeply, but Shankar's resolve was unshaken. He stood tall, his eyes burning with hope.
I promise not to neglect my duties in the fields, but please let me keep this hope alive. Let me try. One day I'll make you proud. I want to show you what I can become.
His father saw conviction, not foolishness, in his son's eyes for the first time. There was a fire there, a promise that could not be ignored. He said nothing more, leaving Shankar alone with his burning hope and the weight of his dreams. The silence between them was heavy, filled with unspoken fears and wishes, but Shankar's dream remained. He would not give up, no matter how hard the path ahead. The conversation became a turning point. Shankar's passion was now a promise, a vow to himself and his family. He worked on, more determined than ever, ready to prove himself and honor both his dreams and his family. Years of practice brought Shankar skill, but he craved a true challenge. Each day at his workbench, he felt a growing restlessness. a sense that his hands were meant for something greater than the routine repairs and simple designs he crafted for the townsfolk. One day, a wealthy trader's wife wore an antique necklace that mesmerized him. The intricate patterns and the way the gold caught the sunlight sparked a longing in Shankar's heart. He had never seen such craftsmanship up close, and it awakened a deep desire to create something equally magnificent.
That night, I couldn't sleep. The image of that necklace haunted me. I had to recreate that necklace, even if it seemed impossible. I sketched designs by lamplight, my mind racing with ideas and doubts.
He sold inherited land to buy a small piece of gold and stones, risking everything. The decision weighed heavily on him, but the dream of creating something extraordinary pushed him forward, even as uncertainty gnawed at his resolve.
Shankar, are you sure? It's all we have left. What if it doesn't work?
I have to try. If I don't, I'll always wonder. I can't let fear decide my fate.
Gold was unforgiving. He failed again and again, frustration mounting. Each mistake felt like a personal defeat, and the precious gold seemed to shrink with every attempt, but Shankar refused to give up.
I was ready to give up, staring at a shapeless lump of gold. My hands trembled and doubt crept in, but something inside urged me to try once more.
Remembering the necklace's beauty, he tried one last time. Steady hands, clear mind, guided by intuition. He poured his heart into every detail, letting his passion lead where skill alone had failed. After many hours, he finished. It wasn't a perfect copy, but it was beautiful, his own creation, born from fire and will. The piece reflected not just the original's elegance, but Shankar's own spirit and perseverance. The risk had become a masterpiece. The necklace shimmered with the story of his struggle and hope. Shankar's journey had forged something new, belief in himself. He realized that true artistry was born not just from talent, but from courage and persistence. The test of fire had revealed his true potential, and from that day, Shankar knew he could shape his own destiny. Holding the finished necklace, Shankar realized he wasn't just making jewelry, he was telling stories.
I've poured my journey into this piece. It's not just gold, it's my story.
From then on, every piece he made carried meaning, memories, emotions, and the stories of those who wore them.
When I came to Shankar, he listened to my story and turned it into a beautiful necklace.
His jewelry became unique, each piece a keeper of memories.
My work isn't just an accessory, it's a voice for gold, a witness to life.
Word spread. People sought him out, not just for gold but for art that spoke to their hearts.
Anyone can shape gold, but to give it a soul, you must listen to the human heart.
Shankar's workshop became a place where stories were immortalized in shining gold. He was no longer just a craftsman, he was an artist, a storyteller. The success of the antique necklace changed everything. The trader who inspired it returned, bought the piece, and commissioned more.
Orders poured in, from villages, towns, even cities. My name finally gained respect.
With his earnings, Shankar opened a proper studio, the Golden Story.
We used to worry, but now seeing the studio, we are proud.
His family, once doubtful, now watched him with pride. The studio became the heart of the village, inspiring others to dream.
I thought dreams were only for city people, but Shankar proved anything is possible.
Shankar's journey showed that greatness can be forged anywhere, with passion and hard work. His small bench had become a beacon of hope. Today, Shankar is a master goldsmith, but he hasn't forgotten his roots. He mentors young artisans, giving them the support he never had.
I tell them, don't just learn technique, put your story into every piece.
Shankar says, never just bend the metal, persuade it to tell a story.
He's building the next generation of storytellers, not just goldsmiths. He gives back to his village, helping with schools and families in need. Shankar's life proves that beginnings don't define destiny, passion and persistence do. His story is a lesson. Find your purpose, hold on to it, and you can transform your life. Shankar didn't just shape gold, he shaped his fate, creating a legacy as beautiful as his art. The spark that once flickered in a dusty village now shines for all to see.